What's going on, y'all? Philip here.
Julia here.
So, today we want to bring up a fun topic that we've
Mm-hmm.
been dealing a lot with lately with townhome condos versus single family homes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a better option for you to not only live in, but also as an investor? What is better to have in your portfolio? Which one is better for the long term? Which one is easier with day to day management? Which one will give you more headaches? Which one will come up with these bigger costs?
Mm-hmm.
And which route is the right choice for you?
Mm-hmm. So with that, we think our vote is definitely townhome slash condo rather than single family. So right now we have 8 properties and we only have one single family. The other 7 are all townhome slash condos. And here is a reason why. Actually, 3 big reasons. One, maintenance. Two, return on investment. And three, appeal. So first one, maintenance. So in our experience, we don't speak for everyone, just our own experience. It's a lot easier to have a townhome slash condo rather than single family, especially like us. We're both full-time nuclear engineers in the Navy. We have very, very demanding day jobs. We are often at work, like 8 to 12 hours a day, and sometimes we don't even have the weekend. We cannot be boots on the ground managing our properties by ourselves. And single family comes with a lot more issues, right? Definition of townhome and condo is that it's attached home, and then with that, very much more often, the HOA will take care of the grass, the yard, power wash the sidewalk, even the exteriors and the roof of the house. That make it a lot easier for us uh, to manage and to own, to be owners, and especially to be also long distance investors. Um, so with our single family home, we had to replace a roof ourselves. We had to make sure that our renters cut the grass, power wash the driveway, this and that. And if something were to happen, like we are liable, rather than it's just like a peace of mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And while we can't make our renters do everything, we do end up hiring people too. And that's
Hmm.
just another hoop we have to jump through.
Yeah.
Like hire someone to cut the grass, hire someone to like power wash the exterior of the house. Recently we got
Hmm.
a fine for the outside of the house was a little bit dirty
Hmm.
and they came by and took a picture of it. We're like, hey, you need to power wash the siding on your house over here
Hmm.
because it's looking a little bit discolored.
Hmm.
They're like, okay, great. And even when sometimes they do come by and do the job, they don't do it perfectly. So we got our grass cut and they left like some grass out on the street, no joke. And the HOA came by and was like, hey, you can't leave this out here. It has to be like cleaned up after you finish cutting the grass. We're like, wow. So just all these hoops you have to jump
Yeah,
through.
exactly. And again, like when you buy a property, you want it to be in a nice area, right? We don't want like class C properties. We don't want to deal with like um just like the rental problems or like issues a class C property might have. So we do want to buy our properties in nice areas. And of course, when you buy in nice areas, you want a nice HOA. And when we lived there, we really appreciated it.
Yeah.
But once we leave, like now, like the renters, they will never care about your property as much as you do.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the stuff that we just took care of now just kind of become
Yeah,
our
like
problems again.
we can't go out there and just brush the grass like 5 feet,
Mm-hmm.
into the
Right.
trash can or the drain or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We can't like physically go there and do that because we're not there.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to rely on other people to do that, and it's not
Right.
ideal. And this is not the most expensive property too. Like we're not talking about like super high end property. Like this is an average house in an average neighborhood in
We're
South
like
Carolina.
every single property we're talking about is
Yeah.
probably a class B or like best A minus. Like that's kind of like our sweet spot, the area, the kind of properties that we're going for. So like we're not talking about like A plus or C property here. Um, but yeah, with townhouse, it's just a lot easier. We have not ran into any large issues with our townhouse. We actually had problem with AC and like exterior problems with 2 hour rental properties, but the HOA were able to come out and fix it. Um, so that is nice. So that one is very nice. Second, return on investment. So we find that like it's it's very difficult to find properties that match 1% rule nowadays. So 1% rule is a tool that's very commonly utilized by investors, just doing very quick math in your head. So for example, if you are buying a $200,000 property, can I rent this property out for $2,000 per month? If you can, then you match the 1% rule. then that's a probably 99, maybe 90% of the time, it's gonna be a good investment. Versus properties that do not meet the 1% rule, like then once again the higher end stuff, like you want to buy this house for 450K, can you rent this place out for 450K? It is very, very unlikely someone will rent your house
for 4,500.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant, for 4,500. So that's kind of like our issue with single family home as well, right? Single family are in general a little bit pricier than townhome or condo. However, if someone who is willing to rent for $4,000 a month, why don't they just buy a house? Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, and that goes really into the type of renter. Like there are
Mm-hmm.
people who would rather rent because they don't want to have to deal with the headache. Like let's say the fridge breaks, they
Mm-hmm.
give the property manager, the owner, a call, and they have to come out and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't required to do unless they're the ones who broke it. So
Mm-hmm.
like the not having to deal with the headache of that is huge. And also the type of renter is a huge thing for us in our decision making
So that's
process.
kind of our third point
Yeah,
appeal to
absolutely.
the kind of renters, yes.
Yeah, so like Julia was saying, like we want a person who is interested in renting and wants a like a nice house. But with single family homes, we find more often than not, you're probably looking at like families who are wanting to settle down. And a lot of the times they go out and end up buying their own house. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's like the American dream, you know, go out and save up money, buy a house, raise your family, and all that. So we find the market like we're looking for, it's a lot easier to find renters, and there are a lot more of them at the price point we want for our townhomes and condos.
Absolutely. Again, we go for B plus A minus properties. So we want our renters to be like young professionals, kind of like us, but who are not quite ready to rent yet, to settle down yet. So our rental price, we normally buy houses around like 200 to like 300K range. Therefore, we want to rent them out like mid 200K, mid $2,000 per month, right? And who rent probably a military member, probably like a travel nurse, probably a doctor who's here. Um, so like those are the kind of renter we're targeting. And just like Philip said, they much rather have a nice townhouse or a nice condo uh, than a house that they have to take care of to like mow the yards, do the lawn, like all this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why would you want to have to worry about the lawn when you can just get a townhome? And we see it the same way. So, yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully you found this valuable. It's been a super long process for us figuring out what we wanted. We went through the entire renovation process for a house and
Mm-hmm.
we realized, hey, maybe we can go about this a different way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're trying to do now. So hopefully it continues to go well and we'll keep you updated as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Bye.